Okay, so this is a heritage breed called Tamshire. It's a mix between Tamworth and Berkshire. So Tamworth is the real taste of pork, the way pork used to taste, back that, you know, our dad or grandfather or grandmother used to remember. If you look at the loin, at the very end of the loin, you'll notice that the amount of fat on it. Conventional pork these days is there's not a lot of fat actually on the animal itself. And the reason for that is that fat is a bit of a waste and the consumer doesn't want it, so they tried to breed out a lot of fat. These heritage breeds, it's all about the fat. Quite a lot of flavor, quite a lot of marbling in the loin as well. This Tamshire loin comes from Perth Pork Products, just outside of Stratford up in Perth County. The farmer markets his products directly to butcher shops and restaurants, which is unusual these days. The Tamshire breed in itself is exclusive to Loin. So George is going to take this Tamshire loin apart, and what he's starting to do is mark where he's going to cut it. He's taking off the mid loin, which is on the right, and the rib loin is on the left. So when looking at this piece, you'll notice how small the eye is. So when you're looking at this, the tenderloin is right here, the strip loin is right here. All this fat is going to come off. But this is also known in the beef world as the T-bone. So the bone comes along here, this is the T right here, the bone comes along, the strip loin, the tenderloin, and that's also your mid-loin pork chops. You'll notice the tenderloin here, the strip loin, and the T comes along here. So you can consider this mid-loin chop the T-bone of pork. As you can see, there's quite a lot of fat covery on the loin itself. We save all that fat, and the chef here at Olive keeps it and makes our pie crust for our chicken pot pies, steak and ales, out of that rendered fat. All of Perth Pork Products animals, they're raised naturally, meaning that there's no use steroids, hormones, or antibiotics during the lifetime of the animal. George is sawing off the chine. George is in the process of creating some pork chops in singles, and the bigger piece is going to be a roast rack of pork, which is going to be Frenched, which is going to be beautiful. A lot of fat on this one. Our chef will be really happy. Every piece of the animal is used. Even these little pieces that George is taking out are going to be used for grind for sausages. So he's not going to leave that layer of fat on. He's actually going to trim it down quite a lot. Quick saw at the end of the bones to even them out. So George is finishing up cleaning up these bones, making them all nice and neat. And then to finish everything off, he's going to score that layer of fat on the top of the loin. That's going to render down really nice in a hot oven. George is scoring the fat. Next process that he's going to do is tie the roast with his butcher twine, which keeps it nice and tight during cooking. The roast doesn't necessarily need to be tied, but we recommend it because it keeps it in a nice shape during the roasting period, which can be a little long for pork coming out at medium and for presentation when it comes out of the oven.